Hi everyone, welcome to episode 6. This is easily my favourite episode so far. If you're enjoying the show, please do us a favour and why not tell people about it so we can grow the show, tell your friends, your loved ones. That's all we'd like for Christmas this year, more listeners. If you could rate us 5 stars and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'd mean a lot to us. If you've got any questions or comments, you can direct them to our email address, pottervisioncomedy@gmail.com, or you could use the contact form on our website, pottervision.com. Anyway, here I am yammering on. Here's episode 6.
Pottervision, Pottervision, Pottervision. Pottervision.
Hello and welcome to the Pottervision podcast. Once again, the podcast where myself, Lukas, Kirkby and Tom Lawrenson, the Pottervision boys, we read a chapter from the Harry Potter books and we discuss it at length. Now this week it is chapter 6, The Journey from Platform 9 3/4. Tom, how are you?
I'm well!
Hey! I've been worrying all week.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm glad you're well.
Oh, do you think I'd be not well?
Yeah, I was really worried that you'd either fallen ill or that old black dog.
Why would you think I'd fallen ill?
Just that, you're very feeble.
Quite weak, aren't I?
Yeah,
Weak man! No, I'm good, and what a week it's been. Not much to report, but last night I decided to have a go on the black mould that was around the shower seal. At the bottom,
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
that black mould can build up.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'd seen a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I'd seen a TikTok
Yeah.
where someone said, this is what you got to do. Toilet roll all around
Yeah.
the seal.
Yeah.
And then bleach it. The toilet roll will hold the bleach, leave it overnight. In the morning, the black will be gone.
Yeah.
It was gone.
It was gone.
I clicked my heels this morning. I jumped up. Hooray! I said.
Yeah. And you know what? I think within the next 5 years, TikTok will single-handedly see to the demise of all local tradesmen. I'm looking forward to that. Now,
Toilet roll
Yes.
and bleach. That's all you need for any job in the house.
any job. Yeah, I had a handle that fell off. Bit of toilet roll, bit of bleach. Now it's still off, but smells nice.
How's your week been?
It's been very good. Now this is going to actually reveal to people when we've recorded this, because this week I went to watch some of the Harry Potter films in the cinema. So they're playing all 8 films in the cinema, and me and my girlfriend.
That would reveal it, wouldn't it? Everyone
would.
keeps up to date with your local cinema, don't they?
They did. No, it's across the country.
Oh, was it?
All the cinemas in the country are playing not all of them, but the View Cinema, which I go to, has been doing all of the films every day. And we've seen 4 so far.
Have you?
We missed the first one, and we missed the Half-Blood Prince last night.
I'd just like to say thank you for my invite. That would have been lovely to go see that.
Yep.
Alas.
Anyway, well, there's 2 more to go. You're more than welcome to come tonight.
I think I'm busy.
Yeah, good. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good to watch the films. I've only realised that there's a few that I've only seen once or twice. Now, obviously, the Philosopher's Stone we've seen a million times.
Yeah.
And the second one I've seen a lot. But, when you get to like Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, I think I've only seen them once or twice.
You've only seen it once or twice, and this is coming from you, a man who has taken professionally a Harry Potter sketch show up to the Fringe for the past 4 years.
Yes.
Right?
How many times have you seen the last few?
Don't want to say.
Good. Well, yeah. But I remember they used to come out in November every year in the cinema when they first came out.
Wasn't that fun?
And it was always round my birthday, so that would be my birthday treat to go and see the new Harry Potter film.
There was no more exciting. I remember how exciting it was. You see the words come up, Harry Potter. The Warner Brothers spin round, the clowns are Harry Potter. And which one is it where the Dementors are flying, or is it Death Eaters flying through London?
I don't know. Is that the 5th one? It's exciting.
Exciting.
Very good. So yes, it's been an exciting Potter-based week.
Good boy.
Now, are you ready for this week's chapter rundown?
Give me the rundown.
The journey from platform 9 3/4. Harry spends a month back with the Dursleys. He's got all of August back with the Dursleys, but they're a bit different. They're a bit scared of him now. Dudley completely avoids him, and Vernon and Petunia pretend he doesn't exist. Shh. It's kind of better, but he don't really like it. It's a bit weird. So he spends most of his time in his room with Hedwig the Owl, that he's now named, and his books. He's studying, he's reading, he's getting interested in all this magical stuff. But then he realises that he doesn't really know where he's actually going. And on his ticket it says platform 9 3/4. Now the Dursleys drop him off, they find it very amusing, and they abandon him, assuming that he will not be able to get to this made-up platform. And he doesn't know what to do. There's a platform 9, there's a platform 10, but no 9 3/4. Until he hears a family talking about muggles. They've got an owl. 9 3/4, and this family turns out to be the Weasleys. They've all got red hair. There's lots of children. They are very much like a rabbit family in that they have loads of kids and also own no money. Now Harry learns how to get to platform 9 3/4. You just run through the bricks, and he does so. There's a massive red train called the Hogwarts Express. Exactly, and he gets on it. Now, he gets to know one of the Weasleys very well. He's also a first year called Ron, and they get to know each other. And we also meet another character called Hermione, who's learnt all the books off by heart. She knows what's going on. It's fantastic. So anyway, they eat loads of sweets, blah, 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 and then we meet the boy that we saw in Diagon Alley, the horrible boy. And this turns out to be Draco Malfoy, with his two associates, Crabbe and Goyle.
Good lord.
Now, he tries to get Harry on side, but because he's horrible, Harry is like, I think I can find my own friends, thanks.
Yeah.
Then Malfoy decides to start a fight. But, I can't remember if it's Crabbe or Goyle, but one of them gets bitten by Ron's rat scabbers. And it all kicks off. Anyway, next thing you know, the train's arrived at Hogwarts, and Hagrid is there to take the first years all the way up to the Hogwarts gates. And that is the end of the journey from platform 9 3/4.
What a chapter.
What a chapter.
I loved it. A lot of dialogue, a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, considering it was 18 pages all about a commute, it was actually very interesting.
Much more interesting than my commute. So, he's left at the Dursleys, right? He's gone back to the Dursleys to have another month there, I assume.
Yeah.
And they're giving him the silent treatment.
Yeah.
God, I think that's worse than abuse, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Because I think he says at first he thinks it's quite nice, but I think then it's just kind of...
He says, it's demented, it's horrible. Being left in silence. It's funny though, the Dursleys are heartbroken. We've spent 11 years, 10 years, trying to stamp it out of him, and now he's going anyway. What a waste of 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years worth of work, we could have been nice to him.
Yeah, they could have been nice to him. But do you think they're scared of him now? I know Dudley is terrified of Harry, but the Dursleys must realise he's not actually learnt any magic yet.
They're not scared of him. They're thinking, well, we're just going to have another weirdo with us for the next 7 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they know that wizards aren't going around killing people. They don't really see it as that big, do they? They just see it as like, card tricks and
yeah.
turning
Magic
mice
stuff
into teacups.
Yeah, which, is pretty fun. But they must... I think they're probably just really angry that everything they've tried to do to stop him from accessing magic has suddenly been... just like ruined by Hagrid's appearance in the old shack.
Or maybe they're just giving up. Like they're just alienated. They're just apathetic to it now. Whatever. Yeah, do what you want. We've got to take Dudley into London anyway to have that tail removed.
A month they've waited. They have let that tail be there. A month.
Well, they probably thought it was going to go away, didn't they?
Yeah, but after a week and it's still there, You'd get it. You go to Bugper.
Do you reckon he's got nerve endings in that tail?
I think so.
Oh my God, having it snipped off.
Oh, it'd be horrendous. He'd have to have it anaesthetised round there.
God, I thought it was just going to disappear, but no, it's there.
Oh, horrible.
God.
A little piggy tail.
I think I'd give a boy the silent treatment for that. Your muggle-hating giant came into the flat.
Yeah.
Came into our shack, has mutilated my son. Yeah, spend the month in your room alone with a load of dead mice.
What a punishment, and I think you should get one.
Fair dues. So then, Harry's like, right, I need to go to platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
Eyebrows are being raised.
Yeah.
Platform what and what?
Is that a joke?
Is that a joke? I was reading thinking that, I don't think it sounds that far-fetched.
No, I mean, I know that Chester has a platform 6A and 6B.
I was about to say the same. Preston
Yeah.
has got a platform 2A and 2B.
Yeah. Why not just bring in fractions into the equation instead of letters?
I know. Everyone raising eyebrows. It makes me think of the film where he's like, excuse me, do you know how to get to platform 9 3/4? 9 3/4? Are you having a fucking laugh? 9 3/4. Smart mouth no.
I don't think he swears at him in the film.
The one I watched, he did.
But yeah, he calls him a time waster, this bloke.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, come on. Some train, like, I would have this with, I can't remember the name, I think it's platform 13 in Piccadilly, where you've got all the platforms, and then platform 13 and 14 is like in a completely different part of the train station.
Get your running shoes on.
Yeah. But I can imagine that, him getting there, it says platform 13 on the ticket, but it only goes up to 12.
Yeah.
Have a nice term.
Yeah, Vernon completely abandons him. He's driven him into London.
Yeah.
And he's gone, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you can see there is no platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Now, does Vernon know, or is he just abandoning Harry?
I think he's abandoning him. But, if Harry is stuck there, I think social services are getting involved, because my legal guardians abandoned me. I live 2 hours away, and they left me. So I don't know what they're expecting. I think they don't think it exists. But, yeah. How's he getting back?
Sure. Right, and then, so, he's then trying to get onto the platform.
Yes.
Bumps into the Weasleys.
He does.
Wahey!
Hey, it's the Weasleys. We all know and love them.
What did Vernon said something that's very funny on...
Was it about the magic carpet?
Yes,
It says about
I
the magic
love
carpets
that.
having a puncture. He's very witty as Vernon. I like him. But I agree with him on that, because he says, with all this magic, why are you getting the train?
Yeah.
And I agree. Why can't they flu powder to Hogwarts? Or something like that?
What made me think is the Wizarding World, if they're anything, they are theatrical.
They are, actually.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Get the train.
Yeah.
I love it. Tradition, heritage,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I agree. And it always seems to be embedded in the Muggle thing as well. There's not like a separate train station in Diagon Alley. No, it's King's Cross, but yeah, you have to go through this brick wall.
Yeah, that irked me. Yeah, why couldn't they just have their own little train station with one platform? But that irked me, because he hears Mrs. Weasley going, "Oh, of course, full of Muggles." Yeah, it's a Muggle train station.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Muggle train station. And there's also a bit with the Weasleys where they go, "What's the platform?" Now, most Weasleys, Bill and Charlie, they'll have been going to Hogwarts 12 years ago. It's the same platform every year, isn't it? Platform 9 3/4. What's the platform again? Who are you? Are you Fred? Are you George? I think Mrs. Weasley has, early onset dementia.
I hope not. I hope not. Yeah,
no, I hope not. But yeah, she, they must know it's platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I
they
love
won't be
that
there.
though. So silly.
Yeah.
Something's going on with her. It's like going on holiday to Spain. Oh, it'd be lovely, but full of Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, these Muggles at this Muggle train station. I can't believe these trains. What are all these trains doing here? It's a nightmare.
So then we're introduced to the Weasleys.
Yeah.
Ron, different to how he looks in the film. He's tall, he's thin, he's gangling, he's got freckles, he's got a long nose.
Do you know what? Nobody in this series of books is described nicely. There is no description, so far at least, that is... He was a handsome young man. She had lovely hair. It's always, he looked like a rat, he looked like a pig. He was gangling. She had a big bush of hair. He had these horrible nose and glasses. Nobody's described. I think Mrs. Weasley is described as plump, rather than she was lovely, she was caring. They're all just viewed through these poo-tinted glasses.
Enter Mrs. Weasley, a pig with lipstick on.
So Ron is not described very handsomely at all, but yeah, he is nearly as tall as his brothers, who I think Fred and George are about 3 years older than him, aren't
Yeah, we got Fred and George having a laugh with their mum. Yeah. I'm not Fred. I'm not Fred. Whoever.
Yeah.
He is. And then what I noticed though, amazing manners on them boys.
Yeah.
They see a boy, not knowing who the hell he is.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Can we help you with that suitcase? Fred, come here. George, come here."
Yeah.
And they do it for him. Yeah.
Very kind.
Charisma is what these lads have got.
They have.
Right?
Yeah.
If there's anyone you want to be involved with, it's the Weasleys. They're brilliant.
Yeah. They're down to earth, hearts of gold,
Yeah.
they're cheeky, they're fun, but in a crisis, they're going to be helpful.
No, and like they're making Ron miserable, the constant ribbing. I don't know if he
that's true.
likes it, but
I think they're like that with everybody, because they're like that with Percy for being a prefect, aren't they?
yeah, they have got very strikingly different personalities, which is fun. But this is a family, where you're like, oh, that sounds like a fun family.
Yeah.
If you're a kid,
Yeah.
and you got invited on holiday with this family,
Oh, yeah, that'd
you'd
be
be
good.
like, oh, that's going to be a laugh.
Bingo.
They treat you like one of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then no, not only do they treat you like one of their own, they're also a bit like you get special treatment because you're a guest.
Yeah.
But then they're also like, right, you can do the washing up.
Yeah.
And you're like, fair dues.
Fair enough, that's a fair deal. You've been very accommodating.
I'm one of the family. Have you ever been on holiday with a different family?
I've not been on. No, not like a beach holiday. No, nothing like that. I've been to like Poland with my girlfriend's family and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
But it's very nice. It's very nice to have to live or stay with a different family, because you do get treated very, very nicely. And often, I remember being a kid. If I was ever around somebody's house, if we were both naughty, it would always be the kid whose house it was that would get bollocked by the mother.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you'd feel awkward. I think I would feel awkward shouting at another person's child.
Yeah. If you don't stop, I'll send Lukas home.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
Can I go home? I think I'd like to go home.
Yeah, I'd like to go home.
I'd like
please.
to go home. This isn't a nice environment now. I feel afraid to walk about your house. I feel the only place I feel safe is this little boy's bedroom, and I never thought I'd be hearing myself say that again as a 20-odd-year-old man.
Excuse me, Mrs. Lawrenson, can I not be used as a bargaining chip to make your son behave?
My parents,
Yeah,
never any of that.
yeah,
We had a guest round, never shouting. We kept that till any guest was out of the house.
yeah,
Yeah, even if, a kid had been bad, you take him off to one side to give him a bollocking.
yeah.
Never in front of a guest. That is
That's fantastic.
chaotic behaviour.
Yeah, it's mental.
How about your parents, the Kirkbys? What were they like? They ever done a bit of that?
Sometimes if we'd be making a noise, we'd hear a shout from downstairs being like, "Stop making that noise!" Sometimes we'd get stuff like that, but it'd never be a face-to-face
What noise were you making?
rollicking, like doof doof doof. We were watching EastEnders. Too loud. Now the twins, the Weasleys, I can't believe the mother can't tell the difference or is easily fooled.
But she was right. Well, she was easily fooled.
Yeah.
She could tell the difference.
Yeah. Did you have any? There was a pair of twins in my year at school, and people were always amazed that I could tell the difference. But it was easy because one of them had a mole
We had the same.
on the chin
In
and one
primary
didn't.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And everyone else was, I keep getting them wrong. And
It's like Patty and Selma in The Simpsons. Can you tell the difference?
I don't watch enough of The Simpsons. Does one smoke Marlboro Lights?
They both smoke.
Yeah.
But the difference is, Patty has got circle hair like a burger patty.
Ah.
Remember it that way?
Mm-hmm.
And Selma doesn't.
Doesn't.
That's how I remember it. And then, so Percy,
Yeah.
right? He's swanning about,
Yeah.
and he's onto the platform.
Yeah.
He's immediately got changed into his robe.
Hey, well, he's a prefect now, you know.
Where did he get changed?
Who knows? It's got to be one of those. Well, is it before he's even got on the train?
I think so.
What?
As soon as he's run through the thing with his trolley, right, and then immediately he's taking off his trousers. He's got his top off.
Hey, I'm just going into this waiting area. What, the one that's made of glass? Yep. I'm just seeing a 16-year-old.
Is that your brother? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he's a prefect,
off,
you know.
He's off naked. He's getting on robes. They're new.
They are new. Now, he's a prefect, so he gets new robes, he gets a new owl, he gets a lovely silver pin badge.
You've only got one older sibling,
Yes, I have.
who is a female, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So I'm guessing you've never had much hand-me-down stuff.
No, that's, not something I've experienced at all, really.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been nice. Well, I've got all older sisters.
Yeah.
Right? And I've not had any hand-me-down stuff.
Yeah.
But also, I didn't have that many clothes. Did you have this thing growing up feeling like you didn't have any clothes?
Well, I was never fussy about clothes, but I used to wear the same clothes all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I was about 7 or 8, I had a tarantula t-shirt. And it was a t-shirt with a tarantula on, and then it was labelled with all the parts of the tarantula. But the tarantula was fuzzy to touch.
Oh, really?
And I used to love wearing that t-shirt because it was fun.
Can you tell me about the parts of the tarantula?
No, not anymore. 8 legs, lots of eyes.
So you just spent your time rubbing the t-shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Not studying?
Yeah, it was mainly for the feel of it. Rather than
No,
the
it was mainly
information.
for the viewer, that information, wasn't it? If you're wearing it...
Yeah, exactly. It's very hard to read it upside down.
Yeah, it's mainly for the viewer.
I knew nothing about the tarantula. All of my friends, every single fact they knew. Just from being in my company, through osmosis of being close to the t-shirt.
But did you let them touch? Or was that all for
Oh,
you?
anybody could have a rub. Anybody could have a rub. When I was a kid, from about the age of 5 to about 11, I had a skinhead. I had a 0 shave all the time.
A 0?
A 0. I was like nearly bald as a kid. And people used to like rubbing it. When I was at drama school, the older girls, and this was like adults, like 18, 19, they would rub my hair and call me cute.
That's funny, because I would not say that you've got the best shaped head for a 0.
No, I haven't.
I think you've got a bean-shaped head.
Yeah. Well, I've got a very lumpy head as well because I've fallen over a lot of times. I've got a lot of lumps and bald patches. So yes, I had a.
That sounds lovely. Maybe we should do a competition where another prize for one of the listeners could be they get to feel your head.
Yes.
Feel all the lumps.
Yeah.
Maybe is there a type of science or maybe like a fortune type thing where someone reads the lumps on someone's heads? Maybe I feel like I've seen something like that in the past. Have you ever heard of that?
I have no idea what you're on about. There's palm reading. I know about palm
I think
reading.
people read like the lumps in people's heads.
Oh yeah.
But there's also bum reading. I heard about that. People.
You need to stop believing these people at carnivals, Tom. You get taken into these tents, people do these horrendous things to you, and you just believe what they tell you.
Bloke's reading me bum.
Was he? With what?
His hands. I said, right, that's all very well and good, but what's the motorboating about?
You want it to be accurate, don't you?
So then he's all aboard.
Yeah.
Sits down. Ron comes in. Can I sit here? All the others are full. Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. He sits down. Now, Ron has a rat with him, and that's his animal.
Mm-hmm.
But the letter from school specifically states owl, cat, or toad.
Mm-hmm.
How's he getting away with that? He shouldn't have a rat.
Yeah, it's just one of them kids, though, isn't it? One of them families.
Oh, let him off.
I remember one of them from school, you just be like, one of them kids, you're in year 9 and they're just always wearing trainers and no one ever says anything. They're just like, what's the point? Hey, at least they're here.
Yeah, they're in. They're in. That's all we want.
That's all we can ask for. You know, they're here.
Yeah.
You can't. Some families you can't start nitpicking. Students like me and you, it'd be like, oi, tuck your shirt in.
Yeah.
A kid could, one of them bad kids coming in like shorts and a Bermuda shirt. Whatever, you're here.
He's drinking vodka in the toilets, but he's in. He's got that present mark. He's keeping our attendance figures up. You let him get pissed in the toilet.
But they did that in year 7. I hated it.
Yeah.
I had 100% attendance in year 7. 100%. Right?
That is extremely impressive.
And I was like, there will be some kind of recognition for this. Right? At the end of the year, there'll be some recognition.
Yeah.
Halfway through the year, some kids started getting really low attendance. And so an incentive for them to come in.
Oh, yeah.
If they came in every day for a month, they got a free CD or DVD.
You're joking.
I remember, and they awarded them in assembly, like as if it was some significant thing. They came in 4 weeks in a row, And they went, oh, a big round of applause for them, everyone. Big round of applause. I remember thinking, if they're getting that halfway through the year, what am I going to get? A PlayStation?
And what did you get at the end of the year?
Sweet Fanny Adams. Fuck all. Oh, it's potty mouth.
Yeah, potty mouth. That is, I feel bad for you there. You should at least get I remember we'd get a certificate. I don't think we got a prize.
After that, this is year 7, this is my attitude. I went, sod it then.
Yeah, what's the point?
My attendance went down as low as 81%.
So it should. If they're not going to reward you, what's the point? What is the point in turning up if you're not going to get a physical reward?
Coming in.
Yeah.
I know. What is the point?
It is disgusting. Now, we meet some... the other animal that's a bit odd is Lee Jordan has a tarantula.
Yeah, that
He's
wasn't...
brought with him. I feel like he's also got another animal. That's just something he's brought in to impress people.
It's a tarantula isn't just for Hogwarts, it's for life.
It's alive, yeah. How long do they live, tarantulas? I don't know. I should have read my T-shirt.
I don't know. Yeah, he's brought in a tarantula. That scared me. I think there's a lot of listeners who, if they saw a tarantula leg coming out of a box, they'd be like, I'm not getting on that train.
No.
I'm not getting on the train.
I'm going to walk.
I don't want to look at that. I'm
Yeah.
going to walk.
Yeah, I'd walk to Edinburgh. The Hogwarts Express.
Hey, losers, they're not on here. Do you remember that?
No, I don't
I
know.
think that's from, might be Order of the Phoenix, actually. I think Dementors are looking for Harry. Maybe it's not Order of the Phoenix, it's one of them films.
Can't remember.
And Neville stands up and goes, hey, losers, they're not on here.
He
Oh,
says that to the Dementors.
It must be the last film, one of the last films.
They all get cheeky in the last film.
Yeah, I love a bit of cheek. I love a bit of cheek.
Love a bit of cheek. What's this train doing the rest of the year? Rest of the term? Is it only used to take people to Hogwarts and back?
Why not?
Why not? Alright, next.
So, sits down in front of Ron.
Oh yeah,
I'm squeaking. He sits down in front of Ron, right?
he does.
And, is it really you? Shows him the scar. What, and have you got the scar? Wow. And do you remember what he looked like? All I can remember is green light. Traffic light.
Traffic lights. No, it wasn't. That is everybody's theory, but it was
Yeah.
not a traffic light. Now, they're both as interested in each other, aren't they? Ron's very interested in Harry. Harry is very interested in Ron.
Yeah.
And he assumes he's one of these big wizard families that Malfoy talks about. Now, Ron is he's feeling a lot of pressure this year.
Mm-hmm.
His brothers have done a lot. They get good grades. They've gone on to do fantastic things, and he's a bit worried.
Yeah.
Did you ever worry about your sisters? Did they do well in their GCSEs? Did that put you under pressure?
Yeah, my sisters did. They did great, but I didn't ever. No one ever compared us or anything. Just, no, I don't. Yeah, not really. How about yourself?
Yeah, not really. It's like I don't think. I think my mum was always like, as long as you try your best, all that kind of stuff.
And you did try your best. You did well.
I did try my best, yeah, and I did all right, yeah. So I think she. Yeah.
That was the thing. My dad said, "I don't care as long as you try your best." And I remember thinking at the time, and now still, I've never tried my best in my entire life.
Yeah.
I didn't try my best then. Like I was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Can you look your dad in the eye?
Not at all. Whole year would go by, and then it gets to revision time, and it's like, right, time to learn what I've missed in the past 10 months.
Yeah. Oh, I remember in GCSEs, there was a couple of subjects that I didn't put as much effort in, like history. I got the ump because I didn't like that we were learning about the mining strikes in Wales. I just felt it was very boring, so I didn't revise it. And when they asked like questions in the exam, I just made up a story about what happened.
How did you do?
Well, I got a D in that exam.
Yeah.
So, but then overall, because I did well in my Nazi Germany.
What year was that?
My GCSEs?
Your GCSEs?
GCSEs, yeah.
You didn't want to learn about?
No. I wasn't naughty, but I had a bit of a rebellious streak at some points in school.
A bit of an oddball.
I know, yeah. But I did well in my Nazi Germany. I did well in my 20th century America.
Yeah.
And
what was the catalyst for the Welsh mining strike? Well, I know you want to know the answer, but how about this?
Sit back and relax, boys. I don't know how I got a D, because that's technically still a pass, isn't it? Or it used to be. Or was it a C?
You probably demonstrated some knowledge. You must have heard.
Yeah.
Something must have gone in.
Something must have filtered through.
Yeah. Odd boy. So Ron, right?
Yes.
His brother's charismatic. Percy, he's got his head on his shoulders, knowing what he's doing. Ron is a boy very much after my own heart.
Yes.
He tries to bond through negativity.
Yeah.
Oh, all me brothers, everyone's going to be hoping, I've got nothing to compare myself to. Even if I do well, no one's going to care because they did it first. Bonding through negative.
Yeah.
Well, what I've learned about life is if you come in negative with people, most of the time, they're like, I can talk to him, he's miserable.
Yeah. And that's the thing, he drags Harry down, because then Harry's like, yeah, I think I'm going to be the worst in the class.
He's like, yeah, maybe you will. That's the thing. So Ron is whinging about his hand-me-down robes.
Yeah.
Yeah. His hand-me-down stuff, his hand-me-down rat. And then Harry goes, oh, actually, but the last 10 years haven't been that great for me. I've been wearing a lot of hand-me-down clothes myself. And Ron goes, have you? Loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel better about myself then.
And also, he starts talking about all these hand-me-down stuff after interrogating Harry about the death of his parents. He goes, oh, your parents died, did you? What was it like? Do you remember the man who killed them? What did he look like? What can you remember? Oh, you can't remember anything. Oh, these robes used to belong to my brother. Awful. Awful. Have a bit of perspective, young man I've just met. You miserable boy.
Yeah.
He's a what do you call it? Not a dolly daydream. What do you call it? Not a diddy dumpling. Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer.
He's a Debbie Downer.
As you said before,
Yes.
Harry says, oh, I'm going to be the worst in the class.
Yeah.
And Ron says, no. There's a lot of people come from muggle-only families.
Yeah.
And they get it going. They learn it quick enough.
Yeah. Irrelevant. He could be the worst in the class. You've no idea of this boy's intelligence. He doesn't even know about Quidditch or anything like that. He could be the worst in the class. Don't give him false hope. He could be horrendous.
Yeah. Why do people always forget that Harry knows nothing about the wizarding world?
Yeah.
Hagrid. Well, here's your ticket. See ya. Why don't you tell him?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell him what platform 9 3/4 is?
Come on out.
Oh, by the way, it's in between two platforms. Sounds silly, but you got to run through a wall. Got you.
That's it. All that happens. Which Quidditch team do you support? I don't support any.
What?
You're joking! My goodness, even though you've never heard of half of the magic stuff ever. You don't know.
I can't believe it. The real frogs. No. So, Ron says,
yes,
plenty of people come from muggle-only families.
Yeah.
Right. What made me think, how many people are getting the same letter-writing campaign
Yeah.
that Harry's been getting?
Yeah.
So, a letter comes through the door, you're a wizard.
Yeah.
Most people will go, that's a weird bit of junk mail.
Yeah. Yeah, you just be like, this is a bit bad. What was that?
That's a weird bit of junk mail. And then the next day, another one. How odd. 100 have come.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the police.
Yeah, I'm a bit
You
scared.
show a policeman. Did they send Hagrid? Did they send a different tutor to each muggle-born child?
Maybe they do. But that's even more mental, because obviously the Dursleys know what's going on. But imagine you have no idea.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Suddenly this giant knocks on your door. Hello, I've come to take your daughter. What? She's going to learn magic with me.
You can piss off. Dry up, Granger, you snivelling.
I've had a piggy tail for 6 months.
Imagine that. Do you think you'd keep the piggy tail? What would you think you'd go to the doctors if Hagrid had given you a piggy tail?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be able to... You couldn't wear trousers with that, could you?
I'd think it'd wear off. I keep thinking this, but it doesn't wear off.
Even after a month, it's still there.
So you go to the doctors, I'm the doctor, right?
Yeah, hello, doctor.
Hello.
It's not about me growing this time.
Thank God. You come every month to get that groin checked.
I know, well, you're very thorough. I've got to tell you, it's going to be a bit of surprise, but I have got a pig's tail above my anus.
Above your anus?
That's where they go.
It's not even... It's between the cheeks above the anus.
Where else is it?
I'm assuming above the bum cheek.
Well, that's what I mean. That's
On
what
the
I mean.
lower back?
It's not directly above the anus. Yeah, just above the, like on the pelvic bone.
Mr. Kirkby, you've been coming in here to have your groin checked
Yeah.
for a month on end.
Yeah.
And you've not mentioned that you've got the highest anus of any human.
Well, I only ever ask you to check the front.
How are you using the bathroom, if you don't mind me asking? Are you lying down on the bog?
What I do is I do the gymnastic manoeuvre of the crab.
This
and then-
is getting disgusting.
and then move
Let me see that
backwards.
tail. Right. May I?
Yes.
Well,
And now the tail, please. Well, yeah, insane. So, chocolate frogs.
right.
I love them. But Ron, right, he's collected 500. He's got 500 cards. No wonder his family are poor. Why is he buying this many chocolate frogs? If he's 10 years old and, it's ridiculous, but he's got them from birth.
500 chocolate frogs.
500. He's got 500 of these cards.
And he's 11.
And he's 11. So he's getting 2 or 3 a week.
No.
He is, of course he is. He's not going to...
What, for 5 years?
How long have they been out? The Panini stickers, right, the football stickers, they have a new set every year. He's getting 10 a week of these frogs. No wonder they're poor.
It must be cheap.
Yeah, you think they must be cheap.
I actually love... So Harry... Trolley lady comes in. Anything from the trolley boys? Harry stands up, probably gets some Mars bars. It's all different, all crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He gets a load, sits down, and then Ron gets out his corned beef sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds nice to me.
I love corned beef.
I was only laying in bed the other month thinking, I wish I had a corned beef sandwich in front of me right now.
Oh. Do you ever have corned beef hash?
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Used to love that as a kid.
Let's stop the podcast now, and me and you
make some
go
corned
get
beef
some
hash.
corned beef hash.
Yes, please.
Right, we're back.
We're back. It was very nice.
We're back.
Bit too much mash to corn, but... It was
So, Harry says, I'll swap you one of these pumpkin pasties. Sounds disgusting.
Yeah, agreed. I would rather have a Cornish, not a Cornish pie, a corned beef hash,
Corned beef fat sandwich.
corned beef hasty.
He says, swap me for one of these. And he goes, no, you don't want one of these. It'll be all dry. That sounds to me like Ron's like, I don't want one of them.
Yeah, I don't want one, thank you. I would rather have the chocolate frog.
So he says, no, you don't want this. But then, a lovely bit of compassion from Ron for his mother. She doesn't have time. She's got 5 of us to look after.
Yeah.
Oh my God. 11-year-old boy thinking like
Very
that.
good. Well, he uses that to hide the fact that he doesn't want Harry to know that he doesn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's a few moments in the chapter where he's about to say we can't afford... My mum doesn't have time. But, the dad works. I don't think Ron's mum works, but, his dad's quite high up in the Ministry of Magic, but obviously they can't pay that well, can they?
They've got 7 kids, haven't they? How many kids have they got?
They have got... I think they've got
6.
Trying to think.
No,
Right, we've
Percy,
got
7.
Bill, Charlie, Persley, Fred, George, Ron and Ginny. Yeah,
7
Yeah.
kids.
So they've got a lot, haven't they?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Mummy Weasley. She's got a lot to do.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Harry gets the chocolate frog. It's Dumbledore.
Can you really believe? Look me in the eye, Tom Lawrenson,
Go on.
and tell me that Dumbledore takes time out of his day every day to stand and be in that card for a bit.
So it's a different being, isn't it?
Is it?
The portrait? I think it is. The portrait version of you.
But I assumed that you become a portrait when you die.
Perish.
I think so. But then Dumbledore... I think it's implied that it's the real Dumbledore that looks at him in the case. He comes back and smiles at Harry. But I was assuming that was him.
It's mad. No, he's too busy for that.
But that's what Ron says. He can't hang around here all day.
No, that's the portrait version. So that little portrait version has got to do all the cards. Ron's got how many?
500.
No, of
6.
I've got about 6 of him,
Something
or
about
something
that, yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So he's got to make an appearance in all them cards.
I was assuming you'd be like on all of them at once. You'd be like, right, I'm going to do my cards.
I think no, he's got they're all different. And
All of
I think so. He's got to go visit, Lee Jordan's cards,
Can't be doing with that.
Neville's card.
Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo having to do that in them Panini stickers. Cristiano Ronaldo, your muscle mass has gone down. You're not as fit as you used to be. Well, I spend all the time in front of the Panini stickers. People buy them. It's insane. Insano.
What do these animals do?
Why? As in, why do they need them?
You brought an owl.
Owl is helpful.
Perfect.
The other two,
Well, actually, I think Scabbers justifies himself.
yeah, he saves them.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
Biting fingers.
Yeah, it's interesting. They used to call it a familiar, didn't they? So like a witch would have a familiar, which would be a cat normally.
Yeah.
Where maybe it's just a traditional thing that a wizard or witch would have a companion that is a pet. I don't know. But then do they all... Because I know there's one transfiguration lesson where they turn their animals into goblets. So I don't know if it's always your animal that you use. But that's cruelty, I reckon.
Percy's getting all new robes.
Oh, yeah. New owl.
Ron, does he get a new owl as
Yeah,
well?
new owl as
Ron's going to be at Hogwarts for the next however many years.
Yeah.
And he gets whose old wand?
He gets, I think he gets Bill's old wand, Charlie's old robes, might be the other way around.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Give him a new wand.
give him a new...
No wonder Ollivander can remember every wand he's ever sold.
Yeah.
If they're swapping them about, they're not buying new ones.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's got a unicorn hair poking out the end of it. It's never going to be, as successful as a brand new wand. And it's obvious, Ollivander is saying the wand chooses the wizard.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be good for him at all.
That is mental.
Yeah.
That's like wearing shoes that are the wrong size, you can hurt your back. Like having a desk chair that's too high or too low.
But they are very expensive, aren't they? I remember Harry had to pay like 12 gold pieces or something.
But it's your wand for life.
Yeah, that's true.
If you can have a child in the wizarding world, set aside some gold pieces.
Save up. Don't be investing in corned beef.
How many chocolate frogs have they bought him?
He's got 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe put that money towards a fucking wand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that is gonna pay for 2-3 wands, a new animal.
Imagine that. Isn't that the worst? Going in when you've got the wrong kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not good. Or wear football boots when you've got gymnastics.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good.
Non-uniform day. You're the one wearing a uniform.
Yeah, not good. Surely they can have some like government schemes where they have like free school meals and stuff like that. If like a wand is so necessary for school, I feel like the Ministry of Magic should help out with families who are struggling.
It really irked me that. I know it's just to demonstrate how poor the Weasleys are.
Yeah.
But give him a wand.
Yeah, especially when his dad works for the ministry.
And then enter Hermione.
Hermione. I never knew how to pronounce her name.
No one did.
Nobody had a clue. Before we talk about Hermione,
Go on.
I would like to talk about Bertie Bott's Every Flavour Beans.
Keep talking.
Now, we have a scene in our show which everybody loves and remembers, in which we eat jelly beans and then we proceed to share the flavour by spitting the beans into each other's mouths.
And then into an audience member's mouth.
And then into an audience member's mouth.
People like it.
They love it.
It's comedy.
It's comedy. But this is the closest I've ever got to feeling famous. And you know this story. But we go to Edinburgh every year. We do a month of shows. We spit a bean into somebody's mouth every show. And then one time I was in Manchester at the Comedy Balloon. And there was a guy in the audience and the gig hadn't started. But he pointed at me and he goes, I know you from somewhere. I've seen you before. And then his eyes widened and his mouth opened and he went, you spit a jelly bean into my mate's mouth. And I was like, yeah, that was probably me, yeah. What a thing to be recognised for by a stranger. It was a very strange experience.
I love it. We love to hear it.
We love to hear it.
If you've ever had a jelly bean spat into your mouth by one of the boys, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you.
Let us know. It was like with that guy. We had a guy once who, there's a bit where I dance around the audience, and there was a man who spanked me on the bum. And a year later, we thought, well, that's funny. We'll just incorporate that story into the show. Tell the audience that a man spanked me on the bum. And we did the scene a year later, and I said, one year, a man spanked me. And this man put his hand up. That was me! And then Tom got him up, and he did it again.
I said, do you want another smack? And he went, yeah. You went under my arm, and he did a running slap onto the arm.
Yeah, he did a run up.
What a show. What a show.
Do you know what? When all this is over and we're back to normal, listeners, please come and watch Pottervision. It is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what we like to see.
We do. Now, Hermione. Back to Hermione. We meet her, and she doesn't give the greatest first impression. Bit of a swat.
I loved to see it.
Yeah.
We've got an enthusiastic young girl, and she's so excited.
Not only has she revised, she has learnt every book off by heart. Something that I would never have understood until I started revising for your weekly quiz. It is very difficult to remember everything from one book.
I'm looking at it from Hermione's point of view.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Wizarding World.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to go in there knowing nothing. You don't want to be going there like Harry. What's Quidditch?
Yeah.
Harry, did you not read the books? It must have been in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Some mention of Quidditch.
Yeah. Because he's supposed to have been revising. You know, it says earlier in the chapter that he reads late into the night.
Yeah.
There's got to be something about Quidditch in there.
He should be a bit embarrassed.
Yeah, I would be.
Hermione's coming in. I know all about you. Do you?
Oh, yes. But I think she's too far the other way, because imagine you know nothing about magic.
Yeah.
You've read 6 books, and you're coming in, I know everything about magic now. I've never known anything until about a month ago, but now I'm an expert. I think she's a little bit overconfident.
I love to see it.
Do you? You like confident? I do, yeah, you know.
No, you hate Hermione, that's
I do,
fine.
yeah.
But it's great. You know, because if you got two little, imagine if we both had a child, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Together.
Separately.
Okay.
11-year-old child, right?
Yeah.
And let's say my child, they're both going to the same high school, they're both going to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And my child spent the month reading up, and your child has spent the month doing nout.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Catching dead mice from Hedwig's wings.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd be like, why couldn't you be a bit more like them?
Yeah.
Be enthusiastic. It's good. If the other two had done the same, they'd be sat together going, me too. Isn't it great? Did you read the bit about whatever? Instead, they're like, no, we didn't do it. We've done nothing.
Yeah. That's true, actually. You know, if they'd done their revision, they would actually be sat having an intelligent conversation. Rather than, my rat yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Ron's got no excuse, because he's from a Wizarding family.
Yeah.
And how do spells generally sound?
They sound like Latin, usually 2 words. Ron should know they're having him on. It's not a rhyming couplet. That's not how magic works in Harry Potter. It should be something like, I don't know, Rodentius Amaryllis.
Sunshine Daisy, Buttermellow, the stupid fat rat yellow.
Also, they're wasting time insulting the rat. Why is that part of the spell?
Stupid fat rat yellow. You gotta do a rhyme. Sorry, I couldn't think of a rhyme.
Yeah. Have you learnt the spell where you kill people? Avada Kedavra? No, my brothers have told me it's, you're a horrible twat and I want you to die. It's not how it works. You gotta learn the Latin phrases.
What a lovely one. And then they get into a bit of chat.
Oh, yeah, they do.
About the Wizarding houses.
Oh, yeah.
The school houses. Oh,
yeah.
Hope I'm in Gryffindor. Dumbledore was in Gryffindor. Then again, Ravenclaw wouldn't be so bad. What is with this house supremacy?
It's horrendous. And with the Sorting Hat as well, you're always putting the other houses at a disadvantage. It's almost like Hogwarts and the Sorting Hat have ranked these houses. It's not like... Because normally at school, you just randomly allocated a house.
Yeah.
And, you know, each year, you know, you have a house tournament or whatever, or competition, and it's different every year. But Hogwarts is saying, no, Gryffindor, it's the best. Yeah. Gryffindor will win every year because we put the best people into that house.
Because it's the best.
Because it's the best.
It's the best.
Nice people go in Gryffindor, bad people go in Slytherin, clever people go in Ravenclaw, dum-dums nice people go into Hufflepuff.
Imagine that. You're going into Hogwarts. You
Yeah.
think, "Oh, I can't wait. This is exciting." You're going in Slytherin. Oh, okay. You walk over. By the way, we're all mean in this house.
We're horrendous people.
We're mean to each other. We're mean, and then we're especially mean to the other houses.
Can I change?
And also, we're bigots. You better be rich.
It's an insane system, and it's... How must it feel to be in Hufflepuff, knowing that you're in a marginalised group because of your personality?
I know.
It's not as if, there's, right, people with blue eyes go there, people with brown eyes. Your personality means that you will never win the House Cup.
Do you know what you are? You're all the rest.
Yeah. You're too nice to succeed. Goodbye.
Are you ready for a career in admin? Because that's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get one of them exciting jobs. Oh, what do you brothers do, Ron? Oh, Charlie's in Romania studying dragons. He's a student then.
He's a student. Also, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but all the families seem to be in the same house. So no matter what family you're in, you're going to have the personality traits on the Hogwarts house of those families. Imagine being a nice Malfoy.
Yeah.
That battle of nature versus nurture.
Well, it's just, it's literally nurture, isn't it? Because you're just playing up to it. If you find yourself in a group of friends who are a bit nasty,
Oh, yeah.
you find yourself becoming nasty.
You do.
But my mum, say if I'd come home and I'd be a bit nasty at home, my mum would say to me, "Who's been mean to you today, so you're taking out on us? Why are you being nasty to us? We're nice in this family." And she was right.
Yeah.
That's what happens. People are nasty to you, you're nasty back.
Yeah.
You nasty take it on other people.
We're nice in this family, you little turd. Do you want to be nice? Do you want to be nice, do you? Rather than being a nasty little boy.
And it worked.
It did work.
Right. Enter, speaking of Slytherin,
Malfoy.
and
Crab. Goyle.
he knows his stuff.
Now, they're horrible. We've talked about this before.
They're not even in Slytherin yet. They're not even in Slytherin yet.
Yeah.
And they're horrible.
They're horrendous. Unlike Dudley, he's a bit mean, he's a bit of a brute, but he's not vindictive, I don't think, and he's not like prejudiced or anything like that, as far as we know. But Malfoy is horrendous in this chapter, and it's the point where he says, "You will go the same way as your parents."
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, if you're not my friend, you're going to end up dead.
That was a death threat.
A death threat, yeah.
He said, "Be polite to me, or I will kill you."
Yeah. And he has not even had his first day at school.
Sorry, I'm glad. Do you know what, Draco? I'm glad I didn't just shake your hand then.
Yeah.
You be careful not to be making friends with the wrong sort. Outstretched hand. I think I can make my own friends, thanks.
Yeah.
You ought to start being polite, or you're going to end up dead like your parents. I dodged a bullet there, Malfoy.
Yeah.
I dodged an absolute bullet there.
Imagine, right, you're at school, right, you're sixth former, on the bus, going to school, first day of year 13 for you, studying your A-levels,
Yeah.
already done your ASs,
Yeah.
doing quite well,
Uh-huh.
hoping to go to university.
Yep.
First day of school, at the front of the bus, there's a little year 7
Yeah.
telling another year 7, if you're not nice to me, you'll be killed. What? Who is this child? I would report him. I say, you don't want this kid at your school. He is horrendous.
Death threats.
A death threat on your first day.
I know. His dad, Lucius, he
Yes.
said, was a Death Eater. One of the first to come back said he'd been bewitched or something.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting how all the major players in the whole thing that happened 10 years ago
Yeah.
all had kids in the same year.
Yeah. Do you know what? As soon as that war... as soon as that
Came
war
to a
started,
climax.
yeah.
I still have a baby. I want a baby.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know this. It's hinted at in the book, but the Order of the Phoenix was a swingers club. We've all had kids in the same year.
Yeah.
But they say, like, it's like with the, like coronavirus. They say that loads of people are going to be having babies, like December, January, because of lockdown. So maybe tragedy does bring our horny selves together.
So they had a bit of a spat with Draco and Crab and Goyle.
Yeah.
And then not only is Draco giving out these death threats,
Yeah.
but he's also a thief.
He's a thief.
We've run out of sweets, actually. See some sweets. We're going to grab these.
Yeah.
Thieving!
Thieving.
Draco, you come from a very wealthy family.
Yeah.
Arguably 10 times wealthier than Harry's family.
Yeah. No need to steal. No need to steal.
Kids and stealing sweets. There's something about kids and sweets.
Yeah.
There's one thing that kids want, and that's sweets.
That's true. I want to get into the motivations of Scabbers, the rat. Now, we know that Scabbers is Peter Pettigrew.
A massive spoiler for anyone who's reading along and listening for the first time.
Yeah, and if you are... Sorry. Right, you're Peter Pettigrew. You are a servant to the Dark Lord Voldemort. You have gone into hiding...
What a spoiler this is. Whatever, go on.
You have gone into hiding as a rat. You can cut this out if this is too spoilery. You've gone into hiding as a rat. It's the son, and also Crab and Goyle's parents are Death Eaters.
Yeah.
You know them, they're the sons of Death Eaters. One of them comes in just to grab a chocolate frog. You think, I'm going to bite his finger off. And he's hanging onto his finger by his teeth. Why? Why does he do that? What is the motivation behind that act?
I think it's got to be so Ron keeps him around. So
Yeah.
you go, do you know what? This stupid fat rat might not be yellow. If anything, he's brave.
Yeah.
He always... When the time comes, he'll always bite someone's finger for me.
I'm just loving, any time he comes against the Dark Wizard. Hang on! Go, Scabbers, go! He'll protect me with his teeth.
I love that. That's great. It's nice to have something sticking up for you.
Yeah, I agree. If you could did you have a pet growing up?
We had dogs, yeah.
Yeah, would you have taken them into school if you were allowed?
No, we had the kind of dogs that were always running off.
So they'd have been a nightmare.
So it's like, oh, great. Oh, they're off then, whatever. Constantly running after them. They wouldn't come back. Didn't want to live with us. Those kind of dogs.
Dogs with sense.
Pooing in the house.
Oh,
Please
dear.
stop it.
Dobby
Do you have any pets growing up?
Yeah, I had just one cat, but she lived until she was 20.
It's beautiful.
And she was called Fluffy. And she used to be she was good with me, but she used to be quite feisty. But then as she grew older, she mellowed and became very lovely.
That's beautiful.
But a bit senile. She used to forget why she'd come into a room and she'd repeat behaviour.
Do cats have much business, walking about the house? Bleach, that was it. I wanted bleach.
Yeah, what have I come in here for? But she'd walk in, she'd be about 19, 20. She'd walk into the living room, stop dead in her tracks, and then walk out again. And then 2 minutes later, she'd do the same thing, and she would just repeat.
What's she called?
Fluffy.
Fluffy. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, black and white.
Who told
cat.
you about Fluffy?
Fluffy, shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that.
They arrive at Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
And Hagrid is there to greet all the first years,
Yeah.
who are taken in a separate direction to everybody else.
This is, like I said earlier at the beginning, the theatrics of wizards.
Wonderful.
Everyone gets into Hogwarts a different way.
Yeah.
That is fun.
It is fun. Every year, a different method of travel.
It is fun. It's the same reason when you go to a party. You say if you're at someone's house, I'm having a party, and then they've got the big light off.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a disco ball. It's atmosphere.
Hey!
We're doing something. You
Gets
know.
you excited. You're getting into boats. They're sailing on their own. You're going into a cave, a curtain of ivy. You go through. It's exciting. And then suddenly you see this big looming castle up ahead. Very exciting. Hagrid finds Trevor,
Yeah.
Neville's
Trevor!
toad. He finds him in the boat. What an amazing frog. He's lost him since before he got on the train. He is outside the train with his gran. I've lost the toad. That toad
Has been avoiding.
has been avoiding him. He's got on the train, he's hid, he's got off the train, he's got into one of the boats, and then he's finally found. So he obviously wants to get to Hogwarts,
I need to get to Hogwarts.
but he does not want to be in the possession of Neville Longbottom.
One of my favourite lines in this chapter was,
Yes.
So Draco says, you need to make sure you don't go mixing with the wrong sort.
Oh, yeah.
And it's written in the book. I think I can tell the wrong sort who the wrong sort are for myself, thanks, Harry said coolly. Ooh, so cool.
He's cool. What a cool guy.
Doing that thing where you put your hand out and then swipe it back behind your ear instead of
Yeah,
shaking
slip your
someone's
hair
hand.
back. I think I can tell for myself, thanks.
Well, to be honest, it is early 90s, isn't it? That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been cool.
For the time.
But yeah, I think most people would want to avoid Malfoy, having met them those 2 times.
Yeah.
It's a terrible first impression. But would you be scared of him, or would you have just told him to pee off, as they would say?
I think I would have avoided him, because to be coming in on day 1 with death threats, I'd be like, that boy's got a personality disorder. Now, I'm not against Malfoy.
Yeah.
I live for it.
Yeah.
When someone's got a poisonous personality,
Oh yeah.
I want to watch it burn.
Yeah.
It is. If you got someone in your office like that,
Yeah.
bloody hell, that's a lot of fun to be
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Guess what they've done today? They've threatened the life of a boy's same age because he wouldn't shake his hand.
Fantastic. You're just waiting for it to kick off. I think the other students love the rivalry between Harry and Malfoy, because they're like,
Yeah.
it's going to kick off any minute and we're not involved.
It's your classic Tim and Gareth scenario from The Office.
From The Office, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Right. What a chapter,
Can I tell you one thing before you ask me to rate it?
please.
Hagrid is the keeper of keys, and yet he still has to knock on the door. I'm the keeper of keys. It's my job to keep all the keys. I'm very responsible. They trust me.
Oh, forgot my keys.
Can you let me in? I've misplaced the keys. He's either useless or lying.
Oh,
Hello, it's Hagrid with the school children.
bless him.
Bless his heart.
Bless him, bless him, bless him, bless him. Right then.
Yes. big
Chapter
boat.
6.
Yes.
How many out of 5 pumpkin pasties, what are you giving it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's the best chapter. Diagon Alley, I loved. I loved Diagon
Yeah.
Alley. But this one, it was good. There was a lot of talk. I don't like too much talking in me chapters, but I did enjoy it. There was a lot going on. But I'm gonna give it a harsh, probably 3.5 pumpkin pasties out of 5.
I'm giving it 3 pumpkin pasties out of 5.
Ah, yeah.
After that discussion then, I was like, we got some character intro, we got some
Yeah.
death threats.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, there wasn't that flair for me. There wasn't that flair.
Oh, underwhelming.
Harry took a back seat.
Yeah.
Some character introductions. I think we can do better.
Yeah.
3 for me.
3.5 for me.
Right. Now.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I am
for
excited.
The quiz.
Yeah,
Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quiz, quiz crew. Gonna ask you some questions, how well will you do? Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quiz, quiz crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I'll blow you a kiss.
Excellent. Question 1.
Yes.
What time does the Hogwarts Express leave?
11 o'clock.
Ding, 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 ding. Right. How much, question 2, how much did Harry spend on the train?
I think he spent 11 sickles and 7 knuts.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Question 3.
Yeah.
What card is Ron after of the Chocolate Frogs?
Oh, he's desperate for Agrippa.
Excellent. Where did Harry, question 4,
Yeah.
where did Harry buy his robes?
Is that from last chapter?
No, he mentioned it in this chapter.
It was called Madame Malkin's.
correct.
Is that right? He scared me then with a weird look.
He's good. What term,
Yeah.
question 5,
Yeah.
does Draco use to describe the Weasleys?
Oh, what term? Oh no, I don't know this one. What term does he use to describe the Weasleys? He says they have more children than they can afford. But I don't think that's the answer you're looking for. Yeah, I know. I don't know that one.
So close.
What was it?
So close. Unfortunately, he described the Weasleys as riffraff.
Ah!
And Lucas, I'm afraid you don't win the quiz this week. It rolls on for another week.
Hey!
That has been quiz.
Quiz,
quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz crew. Gonna ask you some questions, how well will you do? Quiz, quizzicky, quiz crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas, how well will you do?
I blew you a kiss.
You didn't do that well.
No, I didn't.
Pottervision.
This has been the Pottervision podcast.
Yes! Thank you very, very much for watching. This has been episode 6. Please join us next week for episode 7, The Sorting Hat. As always, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Pottervision and you'll find us. Or you can check out our website, pottervision.com.
If you have any questions, you can submit them there. The music was performed by Jack Evans. I've been Tom Lawrenson.
And I've been Lukas Kirkby.
That's all for this week.
Goodbye!
Bye-bye.